Hello, my Back to Basics family. Welcome to the channel. This is the Sunday vlog. I got a gift. I got another gift from Holly. She gave me that cupboard. She also gave me her old kitchen table. She bought a new one. If you follow Holly on her channel, you'll know that she bought her dream harvest table, and she's redoing it right now for her new kitchen in her new house after her fire. And so she asked me if I wanted her old kitchen table, which is harvest style-ish. It's new. It's maybe 2 years old, and it's a big table. It's the kind of table I wanted for my kitchen, which I was going to go buy once I had floors. I wasn't rushing the process until I had a proper floor down there in the kitchen. But since I got one for free, it's a bonus. I find in this world, guys, we have so much stuff. If you wait long enough, somebody eventually gives you what you need. You don't have to actually go looking for it or buy it. I found that more often than not. Eventually, if you wait, if you have the patience to wait, what you need eventually comes across your plate. Anyway, because I got this new table, I thought, well, I'm gonna get at one of the projects that I've been wanting to do. So this here little toolbox, it's an old toolbox. I'm pretty sure Holly and I picked this out of this is a roadside find. Now I have a really nice table, and so now I want to make a nice tablescape. And to make a nice tablescape, I need this not to look like this. It needs to look pretty. So let's get started. Let's paint my box, guys, and let's decorate it up. And then once we get this done, then we're going to put together a tablescape. The arthritis, I had, the beginning of the week, I was like, I can't do it anymore. I just can't. It's not so much during the day. It's at night when everything seizes up, and then I can't move. I can't move at night. And then I wake up about every 2 hours. And so I did make an effort and call the doctor. That didn't go well. Apparently, I'm not a client anymore. I have to go to my general practitioner doctor, my GP, to get a referral because I've been away too long because they're specialists. In Canada, everybody's a specialist. And I said, well, I don't have a general practitioner. He retired a long time ago, and I never bothered to get another one. Oh. Well, then you have to go to emergency or a clinic. But it's law in Canada. People can't see you without a referral. Well, that was enough to turn me off. So I was like, you know what? That's a sign. Forget it. You know how? I don't know if anybody else has mobility problems, but when you're old, the idea of bending over, like, why don't you just shoot me now? It's not our favorite thing to bend over. But I look at it with different eyes, and I say, oh, when I drop something, oh, time to do an exercise. So I pretend I'm exercising and I'm doing a stretch, and I bend over and I pick up. And I don't know, a positive attitude kind of makes it all better. Like, you're not, oh, I can't do it. I can't bend over. No, you're stretching, you're doing it. Trust me, guys. I can do both. I can be positive, and I can't do it anymore, So, but I do know that the positive is way better. And it really makes everything so much better when you're positive. Look at me. Look at this arm. I move it. When I get up in the morning, this is all I can do with this arm. All I can do, just like that. Now, right now, I can do that. Look at. And the reason is because today I get up, I take a really hot shower, like boiling hot water. And then I try to force my arm. I force it. I take my other arm. This arm is better than this arm. And I force it a little bit, and then I push it against the shower wall, and then I kind of push on it. And then little by little, and I try to put it above my head like that. So there's pain running right through my shoulder right now. But I can do it. In the morning, I can't do it at all. I can't move my arm past this. I can't put my hand out onto my sideboard like that to get a drink of water. I can't do it. I'm just like, like, little dinosaur arms. And then, like this morning, then my routine is to go out to that garden to do some serious bending and stretching and make myself for a good 15-20 minutes. So I've been doing that all week, 15-20 minutes, trying to get rid of the weeds that just magically happened. Not so bad. It doesn't look so bad. The middle of the garden I never got to. I planted cucumber. Oh, look at that paint already. I planted cucumber in that filing cabinet, and it's growing just great. So hopefully I get lots of cucumbers. And there was a couple little other things that I planted. If you remember my video on the carrots, that never happened. And there's a reason that never happened, because cats. My son said to me, oh, he said, you think the cats aren't going to leave that alone, do you? And I had it, in that thing, and I could, save it from the cats, but didn't happen. Next thing I know, they're playing in the dirt like nobody's business. So that was a disappointment and a waste. But next year, I need a place. You really need a place that you can pot. Like, you need a potting shed if you're going to be a gardener. Like, you can't, especially if you want to have cats or dogs, or it's always something here, chickens. Get those chickens contained. And animals. You love them, and they're a nuisance. Anyway, so they wrecked my carrots. My tomatoes all did amazing, but I was really determined with the tomatoes, because if there's one thing I want to accomplish this year, it's massive amounts of tomatoes. If I accomplish nothing else with the garden, it needs to be tomatoes. That's my goal here. So I'm watching for. Last year was too wet, and they got the blight, or whatever you want to call it. And then these big green tomato bugs came in and chewed up what was left. I did end up with some tomatoes, but not very many. So this year I'm going to be prepared for the bugs and get them right when I see them. I'm leaving this handle because I'm going to wait till this is dry, and then I might paint the handle maybe a different color. Maybe green. I got some green over there. I might paint it green. I know you think that's odd, but stay with me, guys. This is going someplace. Okay. So it's half gone, and I'm just going to use it. Alrighty. I'm just going to, I don't know what it is, but I don't like paint to be like all just one flat, straight color. I like it to be kind of like that it looks like it has a grain in it or something. A little dabby of this. So if you like things to have a little grain, or you just don't like it to be all flat, all the same color, you just add another color in there and mix it up and give it a little zippity-doo-dah. All right, before we go any further, this has got to dry. So we'll let that dry. And through the magic of television, I'll be back, and you won't know I've been gone. All right, guys. My box is dry, magic of television, and I'm going to paint the handle. I'm going to paint it as this color, sage green, one of my favorite colors. Because maybe you don't know, but you've seen a little glimpse that I'm all about the pink. I'm actually all about the pink and the sage green. So my kitchen will be mostly in these pink and sage green colors. I mean, not a lot, just my accents. I don't, when I'm painting, maybe it's because I'm a little bit uncoordinated, but I like to paint one section at a time, then completely dry it, and then come back and paint another section. I find when everything is wet with paint, that's when I end up wearing paint everywhere. So I just like to take my time and not rush it. Let things dry in between, come back. Well, you know, it's my motto, guys. A little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. We can't do great things all at once, but we can do great things a little bit at a time. A little sage green. I used to do a lot of oil painting. I was thinking about it. That's why I like the textures. Because when I was oil painting, you know, you use a lot of color blending. I'm no expert at it, that's for sure, but I got a couple pieces around here somewhere. I don't know what happened to it all. I might show you one day if I find them. If I come across one, I'll put it aside and remember to, I think I have some birds in the laundry room that I did. Look at somebody's name on the bottom. Maisie. This was Maisie's box. Well, thank you, Maisie. Thank you for your box. Okay, guys, I've got a little sage green handle in my box, and now I'm going to decorate my box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Mod Podge some stuff on it. One of the things I went to the dollar store was to find napkins, to find some pretty napkins. These are the napkins I found at the dollar store, which weren't very exciting. I wouldn't call them awesome. And then I thought, well, maybe I could use this border on this green here, and that, because that's a nice color. That's what I found at the dollar store. Not very exciting, that's for sure. It's not really the kind of look that I like. But I did remember that I had these napkins. Look at how cute these are. These are so cute. This is I won a raffle of an Easter basket at the church, and these napkins were in the basket. And of course, they were so, I don't know about you guys, but I love cute napkins. So I had just had them sitting there, tucked away with the plastic still on them. I hadn't even got them out to use them. Well, again, guys, I don't feel that inclined to, get the pretty out and use the pretty when you're living without a floor and without things, you get kind of like, oh, what's the point? But we're coming back. So we're bringing pretty back. That's what we're doing. So I'm going to Mod Podge. I thought I'm going to take this little rabbit. I'm going to put him on the end of my little basket here. How you do this, guys. You take your napkin and then you take the back off. Take the 2-ply off, so you only have the 1-ply, and that's what you do. So I've got me a little Mod Podge here. I'm just going to put all this Mod Podge on here. Just going to put it kind of like that. There we are. Then I'm going to Mod Podge over that. There we go. See? Now we're going to, and we'll put our napkin on. There we go. Mod Podge over the top. So Ava came over this week and she cleaned my bathtub for me. Such a godsend, I'm telling you, such a wonderful thing. She did such a good job. She scrubbed that bathtub down really, really good. And I was thinking about, Holly said, go over to your grandma's, help your grandma out. She can't, well, I can't do anything like scrub a bathtub, that's for sure. So there's a lot of jobs that are getting very neglected. And I was thinking, guys, people say I love you all the time. Like, no words fall off a person's mouth faster than I love you. But if, words are kind of meaningless if they're not followed up with action. Like, you have to have action. If you want somebody to know that you love them, you must help them or go out of your way to do nice things for them. Like, if you see them struggling, to jump up and help them immediately, not, wait. Or like, husbands and wives especially, like, marriage is a hard enough deal as it is, but love is proved in actions. If you really love somebody, go over and do their dishes. That's how we show people that we love them. My mother, years ago, she was having this big party, and people said, and I found this too, like, they say, can I help? Do you need any help? Well, what they mean when they say, do you need any help, is they mean, can I put the cheese on the platter for you? They don't mean, can I scrub the toilet for you? And when you're having a party, that's actually where the help is needed, guys. Don't be afraid. When you want to help somebody, if you want to show somebody you really care, because that is how people really appreciate you too. Like, wow, they came over and cleaned my toilets for me. Who really wants to do that job? That is a sacrifice. That is showing somebody that you love them. Husbands, you want to show your wife you love them, get up and do the dishes for them. Get up and help them do something. And wives too. If you want to show your husband that you love him, do something that makes his life easier. That's how we show people that we love you. We love them. Nothing, Ava coming and cleaning that bathtub, that was just the best thing ever. So I am using the napkin that I got from the dollar store, and I'm going to put some of these little flowers on it. Not very many, just the odd, like a little basket of flowers. I already cut them out, so just a few. Not very many. We don't want to have too many. And then we Mod Podge them on there. Now, my taste might not be everybody's taste, but you get the idea. Find something you like and do it. Buy yourself some Mod Podge and go around painting furniture and Mod Podging napkins on things. It is a lot of fun, I'll tell you that. What I want to do now is I want to take my antiquing wax, and I've already done most of it, unfortunately. Again, I thought I was videotaping and the camera wasn't on, but I'm just going to show you briefly what was going on here. So I took a little of this antiquing wax, which is brown, and I put it on, and then I took sandpaper and I roughed it up. I'm roughing up the napkin. I'm roughing up everything so that it doesn't look painted or brand new. It has a very rustic, kind of weather-beaten look to it, except not so weather-beaten that it looks old. And I put a little wax on the handle. What it does is it takes away that stark brand, just painted look. There we go. And we have a little basket. Now, normally, what was sitting in this basket before I duded it up was condiments like the vinegar and stuff like that don't need to go in the fridge. But I think what I'm going to do, because I have all these napkins. Now, generally, we don't use paper napkins in this house. We use cloth napkins. I set the table with cloth napkins. But I think I'm going to put these napkins out, and kind of use them, kind of use them up because they'll be really pretty. They'll be really pretty in here. Nice place to hold napkins. So let's take this upstairs, guys, and let's tablescape us a brand new table. All right, guys, here's my table. Isn't it a beauty? A beautiful farmhouse style table. I have everything I need over here to the side to start putting together my tablescape. I start with a runner. This runner I crocheted years ago. It was a gift from my mother. I pulled it out. I thought it would look nice, but then I was also had another runner that I bought that was more lace and embroidery work, and I bought that to do the dolls. But I thought, well, maybe I'll use it for a runner. I like the pink because it goes with the pinks and the greens that I like in the room. But in the end, I decided that the runner I wanted was the crocheted one. So we start with a runner, that's our base, and then we put down this little board, this serving tray, uh, on top of our base, and then we add another lace. I added another lace to the tray. Many layers make things look grand. Now, of course, I'm going to start with our biggest piece, which is the caddy that I just redid, which temporarily has the napkins in it, but which eventually will house our vinegars and stuff like that. My vintage salt and pepper shakers that go with my look, the nice green and cream. I love them, and we do use them. Here is the pink flower vase that I bought at One of a Kind for under $2. I'm going to leave the tag on because it goes with my look and I like what it says. C'est la vie. That's life, guys. That's French for that's life. So anyway, now next, after we do that, I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to put the placemats around the table. These are bamboo placemats that I had. And because there's no tablecloth, I'm going to use up these placemats with another placemat. I have these plastic, they're more like a charger really, and I'm going to decorate the bamboo with the white plastic flowerish looking thing on top of it. And then once we have that, I have one last thing to do. This ceramic swan I'm going to put on my platter here. Why? Because not only does this serve as functional for the table, it's also a centerpiece. So any good centerpiece has to have a little bit of green. I decided what kind of greens I wanted to put in it. Now I'm going to put in the little oasis and just make a very tiny floral. I decided on these plastic ferns. So I'm going to cut 3 of these ferns and then just stick them in there. I like the ferns because the way they feather, like, almost like a bird's feather just kind of going out there. So it kind of spoke to me. So 3 of these, and I think it's big enough. This is just something little, so it doesn't have to be over, extravagant. Also, I'm going to put a little bit of white in there just to go along with the swan and have a little floral. A little white floral. And there you have it, guys. Little mini arrangement for the centerpiece. There. Now we're done. We'll just clean up our mess here, get rid of our scissors and the greens, and let's have a look at our handiwork. There it is. Beautiful. Our little centerpiece. Her little centerpiece, caddy, salt and pepper holder, and there's our little farmhouse table. So, what do you think, guys? Do you like it? Yes or no in the comments. There's an up close. Guys, that's it for the Sunday vlog. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you enjoyed my little makeover of my somebody's old toolbox is what I'm assuming it was. And I hope you enjoyed my table, and I hope you're happy that I'm starting to get my life back together, so I'm pretty excited about that. I can't tell you. I have a table. I know I got my baking goods organized. I have so much going on that makes me feel like I'm taking the chaos out of my life little by little. And so if you find yourself in, like, you're just like, there's too much chaos going on, whether it's, hectic, can't get things done, or maybe you got too much on the go, find the little thing that you can do to bring order back into your life. Like, say, I can't do anything about it. If you look at the big picture, you'll get overwhelmed and say, I can't fix this. I don't know how to fix this. But big things you can't fix, but little things you can fix. Like, as it happened today, making a beautiful table. I can make a beautiful table because today I got a beautiful table. So that was awesome. I got a beautiful hutch. These things were coming one way or the other, but I got them, these two things, a little sooner than was planned, so I'm grateful for that. And the other thing today, guys, if you love somebody, if there's somebody in your life you really love, husband, mother, father, grandparents, your neighbor, do something nice for that person today. Just go over and do something to help them. Like their dishes, do something hard too. Like anybody can do something easy. What's the merit in doing easy things? You know where there's merit? Cleaning the toilet. That's where there's merit. Doing the dishes. If somebody comes in and says, here, Mom, I'll do this for you. I know they love me. Oh, Mom, I'll help you. I know they do that because they love me. It's actions that tell people how much we love them. Not words, guys, not words. So find somebody that you love and do something that's difficult, push you out for them. And remember, it is in giving that we receive, guys. In giving that we receive. We don't receive if we don't give. And that's all there is to it. So that's it for today. That's it for this Sunday. I hope you had a beautiful, restful Sunday. I hope you were, relaxed and taking your rest like the good Lord wants us to. And enjoying the small and simple things of life. All right, everybody. God bless. And we'll see you next time on the Sunday vlog.